So now we are working with data distributions. For this problem, we're going to use Harry and Ron went for a walk through the Forbidden Forest for 10 days in a row. Every day they counted how many dragons they saw, and then they recorded their information. They saw 5, 7, 4, 4, 6, 8, 7, 3, 5, and 4 dragons on each different day. Create a frequency table. So, in order to create a frequency table, we need our data, which we have here, and then we have to put them in numerical order, but on our data table. So, we'll create a square for our data, so we can create our frequency table. And then we're going to mark off this section strictly for our data. And then we'll put our title up here. And if there's not enough lines, we can add them as we go or erase to make our box smaller. So we'll put down 3 because that is our lowest number. And then we'll just go up until we hit our highest number, which happens to be 8. So 3 is our lowest and 8 is our highest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is number of dragons. And then in the next column, we're going to tally how many times they saw that number of dragons each day. So we'll write tally up here. So we see that 3 only occurs once, which means out of the 10 days they were in the forest, they only saw 3 dragons on one day. So we'll put 1 tally. And then we go to our next number on our number of dragons list, which is 4. And we see that they saw 4 dragons on X amount of days, 1, 2, 3 times. So we can see that they saw 4 dragons more often than they saw 3 dragons when they went on their walk. So we have 1, so we'll mark that. Another 4, so another tally. And then our last 4, so we add a 3rd tally. And then we keep going down our list, and we have 1 and 2 5s, so we mark each of our 5s and give them each a tally. And then we go up to 6, where they only saw 1 dragon, or where one day they only saw 6 dragons. And then to our next number, and we have 2 7s, so we'll put 2 tally marks for 7. And then our last number, which is 8, meaning they only saw 8 dragons during one day on their 10 days in a row that they went on their walk. So we'll put 1 tally mark. So then, in the next column, we write frequency. So what we're doing, and then we can make our table the correct size now that we have placed all of our data in it and we have written everything that we needed to know and it wasn't too cramped or anything. So now, what we're going to do with our tally marks is put them into numbers. So we see that the number of dragons they saw only for the number 3, so they saw 3 dragons only one day. So we put down the number 1. And then, but we see that 3 days out of the 10 total that they went on their walk, they saw 4 dragons. So we'll put 3. And then we'll just do the same with the rest of our data. 2 days, they saw 5 dragons. 1 day, they saw 6 dragons. 2 days, they saw 7 dragons. And 1 day, they saw 8 dragons. And that is how we create our frequency table.